Okay, let's do the tree falls in the woods thing. The tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it. Does it make a sound? And of course it's no. It's because it's a virtual woods, virtual trees, and a virtual reality. And the way we stated this yesterday was that somebody walks into a woods, they look, take a measurement. When they take a measurement, they get what's probable. And in this case, what's probable is a wobbly tree, dead, but still standing. They go away, come back 5 years later, what they get is a dead tree lying on the ground. Did it fall? No. No need to fall. It only falls if it's an objective reality. It was probable that it was a dead tree. It was probable that it was lying on the ground 5 years later. That's what it gets. Okay? Now, we said that the guy comes out of the woods, gets eaten by a bear, somebody else walks into the woods, do they necessarily see the same dead tree? No, because that was just probable, but now there's no data to conflict with something different. If there's no data to conflict with something different, then another choice can be taken. Okay, so you may get something else. Okay, now what if there were squirrels living in that tree? When the guy came in, would he have to find that tree because there were squirrels in that woods? Yes, of course, squirrels are conscious creatures. The squirrels are in that woods, they're players. Everything that's conscious is a player in this game. So if the squirrels had their nests in that tree, then that guy walked in, the probability would be that that dead tree was standing there because the squirrels had already brought that into the reality frame, you see. So where does this reach? How about the bugs? Well, then we have to define, what's a consciousness? A consciousness is some entity that has a finite decision space. If you can actually make choices, if you have an array of choices that you can make and you can say, well, okay, I got these 3 things I can do and I'll do that one. You have free will, you're conscious. In that case, you're a player in the game. If you have a 0 decision space, there's lots of things that have 0 decision space. A rock has 0 decision space. Tree probably has 0 decision space. Okay, it can't make decisions, then it doesn't have what we're defining as consciousness. All right, so the size of your decision space has to do with the size of your reality. As you grow up, your reality gets bigger and bigger. And right now, your reality is just here in this part of this physical universe. Eventually, your reality goes beyond that. It consumes that, it consumes the dream reality, and consumes maybe 4 or 5 other reality systems. The bigger your reality gets, the more decision space you have, the more opportunity you have to grow up. The more information you get, the better you understand. So all of us don't have the same decision space. It's personal, it's individual, it's subjective, just like free will. Let's say the guy goes into the woods, he sees that dead tree there. He leaves, he comes back 3 weeks later. He walks into that woods again, but he doesn't really remember for sure whether there's a dead tree there or not. His memory's real foggy. He thought, well, maybe I sort of remembered something over there, but I'm not sure. Must he still get that dead tree? Not necessarily. As long as what he gets is within the uncertainty of the situation, you see. If he's uncertain, then there may be a live tree sitting there. And he'd say, well, I thought I remembered a dead one, but I guess not. I really don't know. You see, because of the amount of uncertainty is what defines what must or must not come in here. If there's data here, you can't conflict with it. But if the data here is uncertain, then you can conflict with it to some amount. Now, he couldn't walk in there and instead of having that dead tree, find a stack of 20 dead trees on top of each other, you see, because that would be something you couldn't forget. That would be very odd. So he's not going to get anything that's outside of the plausible uncertainty. He's bounded by that. So when the system has multiple solutions, the system has an ability to produce many different things.